Alright, y'all, what's up? So the following video that you're about to see is actually not one Spanish lesson, not two, not three, but four. Yup, you heard me right. 4 lessons in one video. Now you're probably wondering, Charlie, why are you doing 4 lessons in one video? Well, as usual, it's been a long time since I've uploaded a Spanish lesson. And don't think it's because I was lazy. No, I had things to do. School is keeping me busy, which is the main reason. I'm getting into basketball. I'm practicing that more. And really, the overall reason why I'm not doing these Spanish lessons anymore. Well, I can't say anymore because I'm going to continue doing them. But I'm not really learning anything anymore, since it's it's almost the end of the school year. So we're not really learning anything anymore as we used to, because when you get to the end of the school year, you stop learning things, but I still feel kind of bad because there's two, because I already have the thumbnails made and everything, and these Spanish lessons were waited for about a month or two, and I can't keep you guys. These Spanish lessons were on hold for about a month or two, and I can't keep you guys waiting that long. So here you go, 4 Spanish lessons in one video. Enjoy. Alright, y'all. So the first lesson out of the 4 lessons that I'm going to be doing is Pinatas. So you guys are probably familiar with Pinatas. We have them at birthday parties, or in Spanish, fiesta. So I'm going to be explaining the origin of Pinatas, where they originated from. Now you're gonna be surprised by this, because the piñata did not originate in Mexico. When I tell you where the first piñata originated from, you're gonna be so surprised. So yeah, I'd say without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so the first piñata originated from, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. China. Yup, you heard that right. China. Now, many people would think that the piñatas would originate from Mexico or Spain. Who would have thought that they originated from China? I don't know either, man. That's actually really impressive. But when China had their piñatas, they didn't fill it up with candy like we do. They actually did something very different. So what they did is they took seeds and they took burned paper and they put it in the piñata. And when the person who has the stick or bat or whatever would hit the piñata, seeds and burned paper would come flying out. And it said if someone actually catches a piece of that burned paper, they would have good luck. I don't know. It's just their tradition that they do. That's what I just heard. So now the piñatas were passed down to another country, Italy. Now let's focus on that. So when the piñatas arrived in Italy, once again they did not use candy. They used gold coins. Yup, I'm talking about real, actual gold coins. I'm not talking about gold coins, gold chocolate coins, the one you find in the dollar store or something. I'm talking about real gold coins and other pieces of jewelry. Yup, that's right. They actually use jewelry in their piñatas. So that's Italy. I don't really have like much info on that. So now let's move to Spain and Mexico. So these are the most common. So these are the most common ones, common piñatas that we use today, and these are the most commonly known piñatas in Spain and Mexico. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just talking like all, I don't know. Anyway, so piñatas in Spain and Mexico were like, we had these for like a long time. And this actually started what is known as posadas. If you don't know what posadas is, I have a lesson on that. Go to my playlist and I tell you all about it. But basically, piñatas were a really big part of posadas because like, you know, you get to hit the piñata, you know, there was candy in it, you know, there was candy in it, there was candy, there was fruit in it, you know, all that stuff. But the piñatas, check this out. They weren't made out of like, you know, soft cardboard, you know, our piñatas, you know, that we have today. They were made out of like hard clay. And believe me, if you get hit in the head with that thing, your day is not going to be good. Trust me, because like, you know, that clay, bro, that clay is hard as a rock. If that thing like hits you in the head, your day is not going to be good. I guarantee you that right now, bro. Like, that stuff hurts, actually. If you've never experienced it, you're lucky. But if you have, I feel terribly sorry for you. Because, like, you know, the amount of pain you're going to be in is just... Yeah, it's not fun at all. It's not fun. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I have about the piñatas and where they originated from. Now, let's move on to the second lesson. Here we go. Alright, so for the next lesson, we're going to be talking about present progressives. So pretty much what that is, it has to do with verbs, okay? Now, what that means is, it's basically like in the present tense. Like, you know, you're doing it like right now. Like, you know, it's pretty much verbs, but ending in ing. Now, you're probably wondering, Charlie, how is there an ing ending to verbs in Spanish? I thought you said the only endings were AR, ER, and IR. Well, believe it or not, there's actually endings for verbs for the present tense, ing. But they're a little bit different. Okay, so follow my steps. Okay, now let's get into it. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to take any verb of your choice, alright? Any verb. It can either be an AR verb, ER verb, IR verb, whatever you want. It can be any verb of your choice. It really doesn't matter. Then, this is where you have to pay close attention to which verb ending you picked, whether it's AR, ER, or IR. Because if you pick the wrong verb, this isn't gonna work. Okay, so let's say you picked an AR verb, right? Let's go with the verb hablar, which means to talk or to speak, whatever. Okay, so say you go with that verb, right? Okay. It's an AR ending, right? So you take away the AR, and for the verb, and for the present tense for AR is ando. ANDO. So all you gotta do is just take away the ending and add ando to it. So now your new word is gonna be hablando. Yo hablando. I am talking. See, it's that simple. That's pretty much what you have to do for the present tense. But it's not the same thing for ER and IR. For ER, let's see. Let's go with, what can we do? Comer, to eat. Okay, so you take away the ending, right? And then the ending for ER verbs is IENDO, yendo. So now what you have to do is you pretty much add that ending to the verb. So you pretty much add that ending to your stem, and now your new word is comiendo. So now, if you want to make that into a sentence, I am eating, yo comiendo. Okay, now let's go with an IR verb. Okay, so let's take vivir. Let's do vivir, to live. Now, IR verb endings is the same thing as ER verb endings, IENDO. Okay, so take away the stem, right? Take away the ending, my bad. Then add your new ending, viviendo. Okay, now let's make that into a sentence. I am living, yo viviendo. Yo viviendo. My bad. And it's pretty straightforward from there. But that rule does not apply to all verbs. Let me give you an example. Okay, so the verb leer, which means to read. You take away your ending, right? Now you're just left with LE. Now you're probably thinking to add IENDO, right? Because it's an ER verb. Well, you actually don't need to do that. You want to know the ending for that verb? YENDO. It's pretty much the same thing, but instead you're replacing the I with the Y. So now your new verb is leyendo. Yo leyendo. I am reading. Now that only works with an E. So if you take away the stem, and if you take away your ending, and if you're left with an E, and if your stem has an E in front of it, that's the only time you ever do that. But wait, you thought wrong, because you actually do that a second time. Okay, so let's take the verb oír, or I think that's how you say it, to hear, or it's to hear, I believe. Okay. Take away the ending, right? Now you're just left with O. So what do? You take that YENDO, you add it there, oyendo. Okay, so you only do that if your stem has an E in it, or if your stem is just an O. The other ones, you just follow the rule like as I told you before. So pretty much. So that's pretty much the lesson. So that's pretty much the lesson for that one. So let's move on to the third lesson. Alright, y'all. So the third lesson, we're going to be talking about direct object pronouns, part 1 and part 2. Now, they're both different. Now, part 1 is pretty simple, okay? So now these involve our articles. So now I'm going to be saying the articles to you in case you forgot. Lo, los, la, and las. Wait a minute. Did you catch something? I'm going to say it again. Listen closely. Lo, los, la, las. If you think one of the articles is different, that's because it is. Now, the article for lo, the original article for that is él. But direct pronouns, direct object pronouns, we don't use él. Sorry, we changed that to lo. Now those 4 articles mean it. It means the word it in Spanish. Now, if you're trying to say a sentence like, I need the book, you wouldn't say that, like, it's too much work, you know what I mean? So all you have to say is just, I need it. Now, if you want to say that, your article goes after your subject pronoun, but before the conjugated verb. So, like this. Yo lo necesito. My subject pronoun is yo. My article goes in the middle, which is lo, and then after that is my conjugated verb, necesito, which means I need it. And it's the same thing for masculine. She reads it. Okay, now let's go with that. Now, okay, so what you have to do for this one, you really got to pay attention to this. Ella. Okay. Ella. Hold on. Let me think of a different one, because that's kind of tough. Alright, she needs it. Ella la necesita. See, it's kind of like the same thing, but I just use the feminine instead of masculine. Now it's time for part 2 of this lesson. So basically, what part 2 is, it's pretty much adding your article, like attaching it to the non-conjugated verb. And if you don't know what I mean, I'll show you a picture of it right now. Okay, so this is what I mean. Don't pay attention to the top, just pay attention to the bottom. Okay, so if you want an example, here's an example right here. Yo tengo que comprarlo. See how the article is attached see how the article is attached at the end of the non-conjugated verb? If you wanted the sentence, just to be I have it, the sentence will look like this. Yo lo tengo que comprar. That's the original sentence. Here's the new sentence. Yo tengo que comprarlo. If you still think that's hard, here's some other examples. Mi madre tiene que comprarlas. Yo prefiero llevarlos. Mi prima tiene que hacerlo. Tú y Ana quieres estudiarlo. Ella tiene que leerla. Prefieres comprarlo. Mi mamá quiere comerlas. Puedo beberlas. Queremos. Okay, now this is kind of like a tough one. Queremos llevarlos hoy. Alicia prefiere llamarlo. See, you kind of get what I mean. It's just like, you're taking your article and you're adding it to the non-conjugated verb. So, yeah, so that's okay, y'all. So that's that. That's the third lesson. Now let's move on to the fourth and final one. Okay. So this fourth and final one is actually something that I learned today. So it's pretty new. And that's a verb. No, it's not any of this present progressive stuff. It's just a regular old verb. And the verb is llevar. And it means, it can mean like, okay, it honestly depends on how you use it. It can either mean to take or to wear. Now, how I use it to wear, but it can also mean to take. It just depends on how you use it. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so the verb llevar, it obviously means to take or to wear. It depends on how you use it. And it's an AR verb. So and there are conjugations for this one, just like any other verb. And I'm going to show you the conjugations right now. Let's go. Okay. El verbo llevar. Here are the conjugations for it. Yo llevo. Tú llevas. Él, ella, usted lleva. Nosotros, nosotras llevamos. Don't worry about this one. This is vosotros. We don't use vosotros. So ustedes llevan. Ellos and ellas llevan. So that's pretty much the conjugations for the verb llevar. And like I said before, it can mean to take or to wear. Personally, for me, I use it, to wear something. And it doesn't have to mean specifically clothes. It can mean like accessories, like, for example, like glasses, earrings, backpack, stuff like that. So that's the verb llevar. So that's pretty much the verb llevar. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, I am so sorry for not uploading any Spanish lessons in like a month. But at the same time, we're not really learning like anything at all. So that's why the Spanish lessons have been slowing down. But I promise you, because I am taking Spanish 2 next year, and the Spanish lessons are just going to get crazier next year. I'm telling you that. So look forward to Spanish 2 lessons because they're going to get crazier. So guys, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another lesson. So guys, that's the 4 lessons that I had for you guys today. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another lesson. Peace out.